Stop for 1 second. What you're about to hear, I need you to actually sit with it, not scroll past, not save it for later. Because today, June 4th, 2026, something is happening in the sky that astrologers have been quietly watching for weeks, and the people who understand it, they're going to walk through this season completely differently than everyone else. And I'm talking about Pluto, retrograde, at exactly 5 degrees and 21 minutes of Aquarius, pulling back, turning inward, going underground, and doing something that most people completely miss when Pluto goes retrograde. It's not weakening. It's not pausing. Pluto retrograde is when the planet of death, transformation, and raw underworld power turns its gaze on everything that has been operating in the shadows. It starts exposing. And today specifically, with Mercury freshly into Cancer at 0 degrees, forming this quincunx, this 150-degree tension angle to retrograde Pluto, there are 2 pulls happening simultaneously. One toward the surface, one toward the deep truth underneath it. And here's what that means for you. The plans your enemies made, the ones they thought were sealed, locked, safe, Pluto is pulling the floor out from under them right now. Not metaphorically, astrologically, in real degrees, in real planetary positions, in a real cosmic mechanism that has nothing to do with luck and everything to do with timing. God said not today, and the sky is agreeing. Let me walk you through exactly what is happening, why June 4th is not just another Thursday, and what the 7 signs are that Pluto is specifically blocking what was meant to harm you. First, understand this. Pluto doesn't move fast. This planet takes roughly 248 years to complete one full orbit around the Sun. It entered Aquarius, the sign of revolutions, systems, collective power, and the future. And when it went retrograde on May 6th of this year, something shifted. The retrograde motion of a slow-moving outer planet like Pluto creates what astrologers call a station shadow period, a window where the themes of that planet's energy stop moving forward and start moving inward, backward, underground. The word that comes up over and over in Pluto retrograde is excavation. Think of it this way. There are structures in your life and in the lives of people around you that were built on something unstable. Maybe it was built on a lie, maybe on manipulation, maybe on someone else's need to keep you small. Pluto doesn't argue with those structures. Pluto doesn't debate them. Pluto just pulls the foundation out, quietly, methodically. And when they finally collapse, everybody acts surprised. But the astrologer was never surprised, because the sky told them weeks ago. Today, June 4th, is one of those days where you can almost feel the ground shifting. And here's why the title of this video is exactly what it is. Because this isn't a metaphor about karma. This is a real planetary formation. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Mercury moving into Cancer, the Moon transitioning into Aquarius at 9:45 this morning Eastern Time, creating an emotional attunement between you and the very sign Pluto is currently excavating that points directly at one thing: the divine blockage of harm that was coming toward you. Let's get into the 7 signs. Sign 1. Something that should have reached you didn't. This one is quiet, easy to miss. Maybe an email got delayed. Maybe a conversation that would have blindsided you got interrupted. Maybe someone who was about to say something damaging to your reputation got pulled away before they could. Under any other planetary weather, this might just feel like a coincidence. But Mercury at 0 degrees Cancer in a quincunx to retrograde Pluto today creates a specific energetic interference in communication channels. Certain messages don't complete their delivery, not because of bad technology, because there's a protection mechanism in place. Spiritually, this is one of the clearest signatures of divine intervention. Not the grand, dramatic moments, but the things that didn't happen. The door that didn't open to let danger in. If you look at your last 48 to 72 hours, and you can identify at least one moment where something that should have landed in your lap simply didn't, that's not random. That's Pluto retrograde doing exactly what it does, excavating the threat before it reaches you. Some of you know exactly what I'm referring to right now. Sign 2. Someone who has been working against you made a visible mistake. This one is slightly more dramatic, and it tends to surface in the 10 to 14 days surrounding a Pluto retrograde activation. Mercury's tension aspect to Pluto today pulls hidden things into the light through the friction of communication. People who have been operating in the shadows, whether in your workplace, your family dynamics, your social circle, or anywhere else, they start slipping. Not because they became careless, because Pluto retrograde removes the energetic cover that was protecting their deceptions. Aquarius is a collective, systemic sign. When Pluto turns retrograde here, it doesn't just expose individual people, it starts exposing patterns, systems of deception, networks of harm. And the activation point today, with Mercury freshly in Cancer, a sign deeply associated with intuition, family, and the emotional undercurrents that people usually don't speak out loud, brings those hidden patterns directly into felt experience. You're not just seeing the mistake, you're feeling why it matters. You're connecting dots that you weren't quite able to connect before. If someone around you has recently contradicted themselves, if a story changed, if something they told you doesn't quite line up with what you later found out, that's not your imagination running wild. That's Pluto serving receipts. Sign 3. A plan that was positioned to cost you something reversed direction. Pluto is the planet of reversals, not the gentle reversals of Mercury retrograde, the ones that make you reread emails and miss flights. Pluto reversals are tectonic. They shift the underlying plates. And when Pluto is retrograde in a fixed sign like Aquarius, because yes, Aquarius is a fixed sign, often forgotten in the conversation about its progressive energy, those reversals don't just slow things down, they permanently alter the trajectory. Today, with Jupiter sitting at 24 degrees Cancer and the Moon shifting into Aquarius at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, there is a specific formation happening between the planet of expansion, the sign of collective transformation, and the emotional intelligence of the Moon that creates what you might call a protective override. When something was moving toward you that was designed to diminish your opportunities, your finances, your position, or your peace, this formation intercepts it. The reversal isn't always loud. Sometimes it just feels like something quietly stopped pressing against you. Have you felt a sudden relief in the last few days? Like a weight that was on your chest just lifted without an obvious reason? That was the reversal beginning. Pluto doesn't announce itself. It just moves things. Sign 4. Your intuition has been unusually sharp and unusually accurate. This one is personal, and it's specific to the Mercury-Cancer ingress energy that is alive right now alongside Pluto retrograde. Mercury entering Cancer, the sign of emotional intelligence, deep memory, and psychic attunement, at exactly 0 degrees, the raw power degree of a sign, is not a small event. This is Mercury walking into its most intuitive placement, stripped of all pretense, completely open to receiving emotional information. And with Pluto retrograde pulling things from the underground to the surface, That emotional receiver you carry inside you is picking up signals that your rational mind might be lagging behind on. Dreams have been different. Gut feelings have been more insistent. Something in you just knew about a person, a situation, a decision. And then it turned out you were right. This is not luck. This is the Pluto-Mercury formation working through you. You are not separate from the cosmic weather. You are in it. You are part of the same energetic web that includes these planetary positions. And when Pluto excavates in the same sign that your moon is about to occupy today, Aquarius, the sign of networks, of groups, of the collective, your intuition becomes a tool for detecting threats inside those networks before they surface. Trust what you've been feeling, especially about people, especially right now. Sign 5. An opportunity appeared from a direction you weren't watching. Pluto retrograde is often framed as heavy, dark, threatening. And that's not wrong. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, and its retrograde energy does involve confronting what's been buried. But here's what the fear-based interpretations always miss. Pluto retrograde also unearths treasure. Whatever was buried wasn't only threat and shadow. It was also potential that hadn't been activated yet. In Aquarius, the sign of innovation, technology, networks, and radical possibility, Pluto retrograde may very well be digging up something that was dormant in your life. A connection you forgot about, a skill that got sidelined, a door that you tried once and walked away from too quickly. The same mechanism that exposes deception also exposes dormant potential. And today specifically, with Mars at 10 degrees, Taurus forming a stable, grounded Earth energy in the background, the practical builder sign holding steady while the sky churns, any opportunity that surfaces now has traction. It's not just a flash, it has staying power. If something came out of nowhere in recent days, a message, an offer, a conversation that you didn't expect, I want you to take it more seriously than your instinct might tell you to. Because this is Pluto retrograde doing what it rarely gets credit for, delivering on promises that the universe made to you a long time ago. When you weren't in the right position to receive them, you're in the right position now. Sign 6. A relationship or a person revealed its true nature. If there is one thing Pluto retrograde in Aquarius does without fail, it is this. It strips away the performance. And I want to say something careful here, because this cuts both ways. The person who has been pretending to be your ally while working against you. Pluto pulls the mask off them. But also, the person who has been quietly, consistently there for you, even when it wasn't visible or celebrated. Pluto brings that into the light too. Both revelations are happening right now. For some of you watching this, the revelation has been painful. You finally saw something about someone that you'd been avoiding seeing for a long time. That ache in your chest right now, that's not weakness. That's wisdom arriving late. And Pluto doesn't make you see these things to torture you. Pluto makes you see them so you can make an informed decision, so you can stop building something real on a foundation that was never real. For others, the revelation has been beautiful. Someone showed up differently than you expected. Someone stayed when they could have left. Someone chose you when they had other options. That too is Pluto retrograde, excavating the genuine, separating it from the counterfeit. Saturn is at 12 degrees Aries right now. That's the planet of structure, consequence, and long-term reality sitting in the sign of new beginnings. What Pluto exposes today, Saturn will solidify over the coming weeks. What you see right now, about people, about relationships, about who is genuinely in your corner. This is not just a passing moment of clarity. This is information you'll build from. Sign 7. You survived something that was designed to break you, and you still don't fully understand how. This last sign is the deepest one, and it's the one that requires the most sitting with. At some point in the recent past, and for some of you it might have been last week, and for others it might have been last year, and for others still it might have been 3 years ago, something happened that by every reasonable calculation should have ended something important to you. Your peace, your position, your relationship, your health, your sense of self. By all the math, it should have broken you, or broken what you were building. And it didn't. You're here. You're still standing, still creating, still in the game. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, activating at 5 degrees 21 minutes today. This is the degree of systemic reversal. It's the cosmic mechanism that looks back at what already happened and begins illuminating the protection that was already in place. You didn't see it when it was happening. You couldn't. The depth of what was being done on your behalf wasn't visible to you while you were in the middle of the storm. But Pluto retrograde illuminates retroactively. It turns the light around, and suddenly you start connecting the moments, the times the harm that was aimed at you missed. The person who had every opportunity to destroy you and somehow didn't. The door that closed on something that would have pulled you away from what you were actually meant to be doing. The failure that turned out to be the most precise redirect your life has ever experienced. This isn't survivor's guilt. This isn't toxic positivity dressed in astrological language. This is the real cosmological record of your life being played back for you at a moment when Pluto is literally retrograde, turning backward so that you can see what was already there. God said not today, not just today, June 4th, 2026. God said not today on every day that something should have reached you and didn't. And Pluto retrograde is the sky's way of making that visible. So what do you do with this? Because I don't want this to be a video you feel good about for 4 minutes and then forget. I want this to change something concrete about how you move through the rest of this season. Here is what June 4th is asking of you. Stop trying to fight the exposures. When Pluto retrograde begins pulling the floor out from under something, a plan, a person, a pattern, your job is not to hold it together. Your job is to get out of the way and let it fall. Because what Pluto is taking down, it's taking down because it was always structurally unsound. Your continued investment in keeping it standing is not loyalty. It's exhaustion in service of something that was never going to hold. The moon moves into Aquarius at 9:45 this morning Eastern Time. Aquarius is the sign of the collective, but it's also the sign of detachment, of seeing the system from the outside, of having enough perspective to understand that you are not your circumstances. You are not the thing that almost broke you. You are not the relationship that failed to see your value. You are not the opportunity that someone tried to block. You are the one who is still here after all of it. And Pluto retrograde doesn't just survive, it transforms. The difference between surviving Pluto and being transformed by it is the willingness to let the excavation complete itself. Don't cover the hole back up. Let Pluto finish the dig. Because what it's pulling up right now, in this exact window between the Sagittarius full moon that occurred May 31st and today's lunar shift into Aquarius, this is the season of revealed foundations. And what's being revealed is both what was rotten and what is solid. You need to know both. Take a moment today, a real one, not a scroll pause, and do this. Write down 3 things that should have gone worse for you in the last 6 months than they did. 3 moments where the harm that was aimed at you didn't land the way it was supposed to. Don't explain them yet. Don't analyze them. Just write them. Then sit with the question, what was working on my behalf that I couldn't see? Because that's the question Pluto retrograde is posing to you in the sky right now. Not what went wrong. Pluto is done with that question. The question right now is what went right that you never acknowledged. Jupiter is at 24 degrees Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is the luckiest placement for expansion of the year, because Cancer is the sign of home, of roots, of deep emotional security. And Jupiter here, right now, is expanding your capacity to feel protected, to feel held, to feel like the foundation beneath you is more solid than you previously believed. Let it in. Let the protection become visible. Let the evidence of what has been blocked on your behalf actually register as evidence, not as coincidence. Because here's what I want to leave you with. The enemy of your progress has a plan. They have always had a plan. And you have spent energy, real, finite, precious energy, worrying about that plan, imagining it, calculating it, trying to preempt it. June 4th, 2026. With Pluto retrograde at 5 degrees 21 minutes Aquarius, Mercury freshly at 0 degrees Cancer, pulling emotional intelligence into every communication, and the Moon landing in Aquarius at 9:45 this morning. This cosmic combination is a message, not a vague spiritual feeling. A precise, mathematically mapped, celestially confirmed message. The plan against you has a problem, and the problem isn't you. The problem is the sky. The problem is that the same planetary body that governs transformation, death, rebirth, and the exposure of what is hidden has gone underground and is doing what it does, pulling the floor out from under deception, from under harm, from under every structure that was built on the intention to diminish you. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to even watch it happen. You just have to keep moving, keep building, keep trusting the signs you've been receiving. Keep paying attention to what your intuition has been saying. Because today, Mercury in Cancer is giving that intuition a voice that it rarely has this clearly. Keep watching for the moments when something should have landed and didn't. Keep noticing the mistakes being made by people who are operating with confidence that they wouldn't be caught. And when you notice all of that, receive it. Receive it not as paranoia, not as proof that life is a battlefield, but as confirmation that the same force that said let there be light is still speaking, still clearing the way, still deciding, with every Pluto degree, with every Mercury ingress, with every moon shift, that you are worth the intervention. You are the one who is still standing. You are the one the stars are speaking directly to today. And the sky, on June 4th, 2026, said, not today, not for you, not for what you're building, not for what you've survived. And that means everything.